Now that we've completed the student qualification questionnaire, showed the family the slide presentation to explain the benefits that they'll receive if you make the recommendation, now's the time to make your final decision about your recommendation and go through the process of member enrollment. The membership recommendation and membership enrollment process is the final step in completing your interview process. The membership agreement itself is a document that's been very carefully designed. It's designed to make sure that every single question can be addressed in this final phase before you make your recommendation. It's an outline of the enrollment process and a guide to determine your final selection and enrollment. It follows a logical process to a win-win solution for everyone. It leads the candidate to a required decision as to whether or not they're going to accept your recommendation and participate. No action means no funding from the Power of Working Together process. And if you use it every time to determine the best outcome, you'll be able to modify those areas where you may be having difficulties or need more information to help the client better understand what you can do. Follow the process. It works. The enrollment agreement is made up of two basic components. Our commitment, where we outline all of various things that our members receive, including our promise of value, which virtually assures that every family will gain value from their participation, and your commitment, where the client understands and acknowledges that they have to do some things in order to make this work. In both cases, we're looking for confirmation and affirmation from both the student and the parents. On the Our Commitment side of the agreement, you want their initials. On the Your Commitment side, you want their signature. This makes certain they understand clearly what our obligation and their obligations are. What is the true value of higher education? For many students and parents, this question mark is getting bigger and bigger every day. Well, it really gets down to economics. The average college graduate will earn during their lifetime between $800,000 and $1.5 million more than their high school counterpart. They have greater earnings with their higher education, and it helps optimize your full potential as a student. Since our primary responsibility during the interview is to make sure that the family understands what we can do to help them get the funding that they need for college, we're going to go into great detail on the Our Commitment part of our membership agreement. This is where we outline for them the benefits of their participation and show them the value that we bring by their participation and involvement. As we build value, we bring each bullet point on the membership agreement to the forefront. Keep in mind, they've just seen these presentation slides just a few moments ago. So now we're going to talk about each of the items that you've already discussed. This is at least the third time that you've covered this information. We tell them about the Power of Working Together workbook, which is a literal blueprint for success in college. This workbook has won several awards from parent and teacher organizations around the country, and many of our members tell us this workbook alone brought them more than triple the value of their participation just by knowing what was going to happen and how to follow the process step by step. We have 30 years of knowledge and know-how compiled by our members for our members. Think about any business that you might operate or anyone that you know who has a business of their own. What would it be worth to have a book where 30 years of knowledge and experience was all put in one publication? We sell the book for $100, so we know it's worth at least that. But for many of the families, they tell us they believe this book is priceless. We have career planning information. This is where the student goes in and reviewing questions and answers related to their likes and dislikes, refines the student's career interests through research and analysis of various occupations. What does it cost if they make the wrong decision and go to the wrong school? Our personal aptitude profile, which is online and professional, is one that they can go in and use at their own discretion on their own time. If they were to buy this in the marketplace, they pay anywhere from $300 to $600 for this service. We explore 900 different career paths with videos from experts in those fields, telling about the education they needed in order to succeed, the kind of job opportunities available in that career, and more importantly, what the future outlook is for that particular career path. What about the reputation of the college for career placement in the field they'd like to pursue? All of these are important considerations and bring great value. Asking the family what that value is and making note of it in the margin of the agreement is a technique that some use to show how they tally the value of all the services that we offer. As we continue to build value, we talk about our college search. We contact the colleges which match the student's personality, their qualifications, and interests, and we contact them on their behalf with letters of introduction and recommendation for the colleges that interest the student. Keep in mind, in addition to the colleges that the student may be interested in, we have a list of colleges provided for us by the American College Student Registry. These are colleges that also secured that student's name and are hoping to recruit that student to their campus. So we literally are working with a stacked deck to help that student know which colleges, both public and private, not only have the profile that they're looking for, but are motivated to provide them with funding. We send 30+ letters on behalf of the student. These are sent first person, as if they come directly from the student to the college. We don't leave it up to the student to say, here, send these out or put a stamp on these and send them to the schools. We deliver those letters directly, typically through email, to the admission officers of the colleges and universities that match that student's profile. Remember, the email address that goes to that college is billysmith@powt.org. And when the college writes back, not only does it go to Billy Smith's personal email account, it goes to mom and dad's email account, your email account, and all of the people on our Power of Working Together team that are working with that student and that family on the project. Our database of colleges that are competitive and offer endowments is the next place we look. We know from 30 years of historical data which schools typically compete the most aggressively with the college or university that that student wishes to attend. We provide them with a plan of action for making connection with that college through our Blueprint for Success planning guide and through ongoing coaching done one-on-one through telephone conference with their coach or directly through the internet. They get coaching from our service center on command. They go online, schedule an appointment on the calendar when they'd like to visit with their coach, and they and their parents can visit directly, getting input, advice, and consultation about what to do next. So all of this helps build the value, and ask the family, what would it be worth to you to be able to have someone you could speak to that will know about the colleges that you have interest in, that will know about the colleges that we're recommending to you because of their competitive posture with the school you'd like to attend. All of this builds the value of their participation. As we continue to build value, we talk about our SAT and ACT test preparation process. This acquaints the student with the achievement tests, both SAT and ACT, and helps the student analyze their strengths and weaknesses using a diagnostic worksheet that's done right in their own back office or personalized software. It generates a report of those areas where they need help to increase their score. The average student who uses our prep course scores 20% higher than the first time they took the exam. These practice tests are customized to the student's knowledge, so even two students in one household taking the SAT or ACT prep will get totally different coaching and guidance to help them get a better outcome. It's a customized path to learning, guiding the student through what they need to do to get a better outcome. Provides them with a weekly plan, what they need to study, how to practice the exams over and over to become more familiar. If you look on the internet or talk to students who've paid for these courses, they pay anywhere from $400 to $600 for this kind of service. It's all included through the Power of Working Together planning process. As we continue to build value for the family, we talk about the College Visitation Guide. This is a section in the planning guide that provides a question and answer checklist for the student's family during the college visit. It helps them prioritize their college choices, shows them how to get money from the college to go for campus visits, shows them all the kinds of questions they need to ask when they go to the school to learn about housing, about admissions, about career choices, all of the important questions that they should be asking. Often when they don't know what questions to ask are all outlined in our visitation guide. The value alone for travel can mean thousands of dollars. We teach the student how to write a letter to the school asking for money to bring mom and dad for a campus visit. When a college sees a request like this, this is their opportunity to close the deal, so to speak. So they're often generous with travel allowances, housing arrangements, transportation, and other expenses that can offset the cost of visiting numerous college campuses to help the student make a better decision. These travel expenses can be requested for their visits, and the school can only say no. That's the worst that can happen. We research the colleges and then provide for each student, right in their own specialized software, a direct link to those colleges, both public and private, that match their profile, so they can go in and become familiar with what that school has to offer. Remember, picking the wrong school can cost the kids thousands and thousands of dollars, many of them having to drop out or change schools entirely. By doing this planning work in advance, we can point them to colleges that cover all of their areas of interest so that their change can simply be internal from one major to another rather than having to start from scratch and potentially lose credits, time, and of course, personal motivation. While building value, we bring up the college admissions guide. This helps the students better organize a successful admissions campaign to achieve their goal of being accepted at 6 or more colleges of their choice. During this last year, our students on average applied and were accepted to 10 or more schools. Many of them told us they would have never known how to do that, nor would they have done it if they didn't know how to apply without paying application fees. We send out 30 or more letters on their behalf, and the path for the student to follow from 6th grade on gives them information about potential colleges that might fit their profile, even though we aggressively contact the colleges starting in their junior year. We found that when we reach out to the colleges for younger students, many times they simply won't respond to the student yet because they know so many of them change their mind along the way. We help them with class selection by pointing out to them what kind of classes they might need to take if they want to be a journalist or if they want to be an engineer. This is all information provided through their specialized software. We have a student resume builder built right into our system where they go in and answer a series of questions, click a button, and it generates a personal student resume with their achievements, their community service, their grades, their